betray you.
I said, yo, man, I got me up. I want to live be live, but I swear, not easy. I've been rapping my own man, I get it. My kid was doing, I'm breaking the profit. On my way, people calling me names. All the trouble I see, I ain't do at the peace. When the suffering, the sources, I copy the code, how I get paid. Sooner or later, my hustle pay. Let pay, and I'm rushing myself. Keep it cool, everything have a CC. Too much rushing, I probably chasing. One day. One day. I feel it cool. One day,
I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Any mess they're gonna see my face. Me pa, I know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. I know my hustle gonna pay one day. Any mess they're gonna see my face. Me pa, I know I'm not watching it. One day, success gonna come my way. Yeah. My mama was so worried. My papa was so worried. My friend was your money. Any mess that will come on and miss. You're gonna be. So I on my way. 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 I'm on my way to this place and I'm looking for money. Looking for money, oh. Looking for money. I want me mama happy. Want me papa happy. Want me all my brothers and sisters to come around me.
Hey, Capilico, why you know you hustle? Why saying the book by the Genesis? Shall come to power, Why I feel never be working on Wednesday? In my love for the ma, All in the dark, all in the reach, all in the sun.
My mama was so worried.
No for air.
My papa was so worried. My friend was your money. Any mess that will come on that knees. So I on my way. 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 I on my way.
I'm gonna start.
Good morning, and welcome again to Tony Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. We wake up this morning, Wednesday, March the 1st, 2023. This year's movie, Time and Tide, Wait for No Man. If you know that, you be up and ready to move. It's 32 degrees in Providence, Rhode Island. It's cold. But as I see from my monitor, it's supposed to be a sunny day. So whatever you get, this is Rhode Island. Enjoy it, okay? I have my correspondent in Monrovia right now on the line, Mr. Samuel Wilcott. Let me bring him on. Sam, what's up?
Yeah, good morning, Raw. Good.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, good morning.
Where you at this morning?
I'm in Broadville, in the neighborhood of Councilor Gloria Scott, the former Chief Justice. Yeah, the former Chief Justice. I'm a bit, far from her, but in the neighborhood.
Police still around there?
Yeah, the police are in control of the compound. They are still there. but their body
So
nobody.
what's the
So
situation in Liberia?
I got the chairperson, the youth chairperson of Unity Party, uh, District 17, Mr. Banks, Roosevelt Banks, and I'd like to
Mm,
talk to him a little bit on the security situation in Monrovia.
okay. Is he
Mr.
available?
Banks, yeah, Mr. Banks.
How you
Hold it
doing,
straight
Mr.
there, please.
Banks?
You can see us, huh? Okay, yeah. He talking to you. How you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, hello, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, and you?
Not bad. So how's the situation in your area?
Well, we thank God that is so, as we say in our local parlance. We thank God that we can be counted among the living, especially
Okay.
under the situation, under the kind of situation we find ourselves.
Wow. Before we start, can you tell us your name? And I know he told us about you, or you tell us about yourself a little bit.
Okay, by the way of introduction, let me say thank you first for affording me the opportunity to share my thoughts on national issues. And I'm Roosevelt Faso Banks. I'm the youth chair of District Number 17, United Party, and where the former Chief Justice reside within our district. So, on behalf of the youth wing, we want to extend our deepest condolences to the former Chief Justice and a lawyer of the Unity Party in Madam Gloria Musu Scott for the loss of her brilliant daughter. And we ask that she takes solace in the Lord, and we pray that justice can prevail.
So what's your opinion about the security situation in the country?
Well, we live in a time in a troubling times, especially in Liberia, and the security situation in Liberia is very alarming. We have a lot of untrained people. We have people who have been taken into the national security, not trained properly, not vetted, and who have some tinted character, and so on. So we find ourselves in a very alarming situation in our country nowadays, especially nearing the elections period.
You're a neighbor of the former Chief Justice. Were you around when
Absolutely,
this incident occurred?
absolutely not. But we were informed. We were informed early morning. We were informed early morning about the situation, and the youth chair of the United Party in District 17, I had to do the right thing, but to pay a visit. But in paying a visit, the police had barricaded the entire place. We were asked to meet her and to meet her at her place, on another home she has in 16th Street, for which we are arranging in getting to her as a district leadership.
That's good. So what's your opinion about the situation that happened?
Well, we always want to give the security chance, although we don't trust them. We want to give them a chance to see what would come up with, although their preliminary report proves otherwise. They have not spoken with the victim in Councillor Scott, but they have issued a statement. Yesterday, I monitored the police IG trying to dangle around things, and he was not being specific. So we are with some of the persons of interest who should be at the police headquarters this morning, and we are doing follow up on that. Any information pertaining to that, we will definitely follow up and come up with a definite statement.
That was my second point. The people, persons of interest. How do you see these people?
You know, like I said, I don't want to prejudice the kids. Yeah, that for which I don't want to. But we are looking forward to see all of the necessary questions that will be asked them, the report that will come up from the questions that will be asked to them, and then we can come up with a judgment. But from the way of things and from the press conference that will be issued by some of those persons of interest, it proves otherwise to me.
I've heard some troubling background about Mr. Tele when he was war
Gabriel?
Yeah, one of rebel or
Hello?
whatever it was. I just listened to it, man, and it's troubling.
It
Do
is
you know?
troubling.
Do you know of any of this?
Well, if I say I know him in person, absolutely not. But the area for which he said that he stays, we went within that vicinity in the Banjo area, tried to ascertain information pertaining to him living there, for which it is not true. We are taking that into consideration. We are moving forward and listening to him because this guy, according to reports, he's a deadly killer,
Yes,
quote
from what I
unquote.
heard, man, he drank and ate people, cooked people. I mean, he did some
Yeah.
serious
I'm,
crime.
I monitor his warning dust to dust. And some of the things that they are saying, the photos that are coming up, that he's somebody from the photos are photos from 1995, for which is proof otherwise. This particular man, these photos that are coming, you see him attached with the Morovia City Police badge. You see his ID card detects that he's someone who works within the employ. But like I said, I don't want to prejudice it. We gotta wait until they come up today from there.
But you see, my only point is the whole of Liberia, we got problems.
Sure,
All our legislature full of warlords and war criminals and war murderers too.
they are one of
Why
the
wouldn't
greatest. They are one of
the
the greatest problem in Liberia.
why wouldn't the executive be further with warlords too? If our legislature, the people of Liberia voting warlords and war criminals into our to make laws for us, why wouldn't the legislature have warlords and war criminals running around Monrovia? Now,
That's that. That's the reason. That's the reason why. That's the reason why we are calling on our compatriots. We are calling on citizens, first-time voters, to think otherwise and not to vote these people. Because whenever these people are voted, they cause problem for us as Liberians. That today there are serious issues that serious stuff that should be taken against some of them because they find themselves within the legislature. There's no actions being taken. So these people must be voted off come this 2023 elections.
what do you say about the gun situation in the country?
It is troubling because the police the MCC police director was clear that he's a firearm carrier. He's a instructor at the police academy, and while the police IG was saying something else and saying that this guy had been stripped off his arm in a month ago. There's so whole lot of conflicting statements from both parties. So we look up to the legislature to do the right thing. That is, like the Honorable Delon said on yesterday, this IG must be voted out. A vote of no confidence should be issued against him because this brother has failed the Liberian people miserably. If I can count, there are countless numbers of issues that have happened in this country with absolutely no report from this IG. But still, the president's found confidence in him. So we consider this man an accomplice to the president, and it's on a daily basis.
Okay, you are a youth chair for the Unity Party. What
Yeah.
are your leaders doing, considering all these things that are going on in the country?
Directly, I'm not the spokesperson for the party, but our standard bearer in Ambassador Joseph Human Bokai have issued a statement about a day ago condemning the act and calling for speedy investigation and waiting on the police to come up with its findings. So as it may be, we will hold it at that until further while order. But I'm speaking my independent mind as a Liberian and serving in such capacity.
So, what are your prospects for the future election? What do you see coming in Liberia for the election?
Well,
Do you think
I
it'll be,
see.
do you think it'll be peaceful?
I pray for peace because it is all that we want. Peace, peace, and peace. Peace at last. Despite all of what we go through, despite what is happening in the country, we pray that we all can go to this election peacefully and come out, and whatsoever result that come out, we all as Liberians can accept the result, and we hope that the National Election Commission will conduct a fair and free elections to avoid any kind of chaos. But despite all of that, we are still troubled by what is happening in country over the years and continue to happen because we got months ahead to elections. We don't know what will happen. Today is Councillor Scott. Tomorrow it could be me, God forbid. But we don't know. So we are calling on all of our security apparatus to be vigilant, to step up their game, and for the government to give our security apparatus the necessary support to enable them carry out their job successfully.
Good. So right now, the police is meeting with the people first interest, right?
Definitely.
So we hope to see what will come out after that, and what this position will be after they meet with these people. I want to thank you very much, man.
I appreciate you a whole lot, and thanks so much for affording me the opportunity to share my thoughts.
Yeah, Mama, you in Broadway. Anytime you got something to say, talk to my correspondent. Let me interview you and let's hear what you got to say, because we need people like you who are eloquent and can express the views and situations in the country.
Thank you so much.
It gives a better understanding of what's happening. Thank you very much.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Sam. So we right now the police should be meeting with these people of interest.
Yeah, they said what we learned was 10 o'clock this morning. They should be meeting them.
The concerns about the weapons in the country. What you got to say about that?
Bro, the issue of security as a whole is threatening. The security has broken down completely. What they consider to be partisan security, the entire country. Nothing happens, and you get fast from investigation. They are all dead. The entire country is not secure.
I mean, we know that because even right now, from the 4 auditors, from the 3 missing boys,
yeah,
from that girl that was killed in the Lebanese people fence, all these things,
Princess Cooper,
all these things going on, and we can get no solutions to them.
So the issue is the entire country. You talk to folks, the issue of security, they fear. The guy who's going to late evening hours, they are home. I ask why, they say, my man, my life is important. For this kind of time, I don't want to get into too much of public discussion. So you see,
how do we weigh the situation of the police against the situation of fighting crime? When I say the situation of the police have no logistics. What do you say to that? Are they equipped enough to rather pursue these crimes and investigate them effectively?
It's just disgraceful for a country or a nation like Liberia that the police is not equipped. The police, they do not have the capacity to fight crime. I must admit, most of the vehicles are broken down. In fact, they are so corrupt. When you take a case to the police, they ask for money before they can take a step. You got to buy gas. Yes. Even a complaint sheet, you must pay for it. They are not being well paid.
All those things are corruption within itself.
Yes.
And that's die-hard corruption. How can you go to the police and the police ask you for money for logistics? For transportation and everything.
You must pay that gas or that stationary money before they can even step out. And besides that, you know what's up? You gotta get an extra for themselves before they can even go on your case.
It's so bad, man. It's so bad. And this is not only like USA. This is all West Africa. But it's just that our country, we're gonna take care of our own mess. It's just overflowing, man. It's all flowing. It's
All
terrible.
system has broken down, bro. I tell you, every system you think going to be viable that make a country strong, all are broken down. Nothing. Is that we just doing it by heart, and we're not even thinking.
So you got to keep us in touch with the people that with the persons of interest. I know it'll be on the news later. I know after the show more will come out.
Yeah,
But
today.
we come out first in the morning, but these are the issues we're facing today. And anything else, the situation with the guns. What happened to the
The
people?
arm.
What happened to that woman that brought the container with the arms?
We nothing since it was just 2 days into that arm importation seizure. I mean, nothing we have heard.
Who was the woman that imported the arm in the country in her container?
There was I just can't remember the name, but it was a businesswoman on the old road. According to them, she lives on the old road, and her container was carrying arm.
Coming
But the
from
woman
America.
denied. She denied.
She denied it.
She denied that she got no arm in her container.
So they
It was
let
just 2 days. Yeah, it was just 2 days, and they released her,
So
and we have not heard anything.
they don't know who brought the arms in the country.
It's just gone in
And
the in thin air.
people walking around in Monrovia with weapons.
People know the arms, the government want to bring the arm just to call up. The
So,
arms were meant for them
so
because
that
Liberia is on an arm embargo.
our government that brought the arm.
The government brought the arm. Who else? To enter the country?
I know.
That's a big crime. And you let it go just like that?
Everything just died down like that.
Yeah, just that. Nobody, nothing, no report. That's the kind of country. That's the kind of country we got now.
Our
Modern
country
day
is a
Liberia.
lawless nation. It's a safe haven for criminals.
Yes. It reminds me of Afghanistan those days. Say him for the terrorists.
Yeah, you just be careful, man. I'm concerned about you too.
Yeah, yeah. I know how I go about doing these things.
Okay, so you got anything to say before you post yourself?
Yeah, since the launching of the voters or education phase one in region one, Mostarado County, they should be going to other counties very soon. So we hoping that the election is held peacefully in spite of all these seizure, police brutality, insecurity. Still, people are very hopeful of a peaceful election, and we're all hoping that.
Well, Sam, we look forward to your report and we hope that you stay safe in all these situations because we don't want to lose our reporter in there. Just stay safe and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your reporting.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our reporter in Liberia, Mr. Samuel Wilker, speaking to us from across the bridge there in Brewerville there, and about the situation. He's around the former Chief Justice residence. They can't go anywhere near there because of police. But let's touch on my lesson for this morning. If you all have been listening, I posted something about Mr. Stanton Weatherspoon this morning. You know, Mr. Stanton Weatherspoon is facing a serious crime in the United States of America. This crime is very serious. He is being charged with the deaths of certain people too, because of these people that he recommended as trained nurses and trained health practitioners. These people went to nursing homes and people died. We don't know the true extent of this case because we're getting bits and pieces. But when you play with a healthcare system and you recommend people to work in places that you know they take care of people, they have responsibilities for people's lives and things like that, you have to be very careful. And here this man is being charged for a very, very serious federal crime. Because when it's federal, that means it's not only in one state. You cross state lines. You in 2 or 3 states, that when it becomes federal. If he were only doing it in his home state, I think he lives in New Jersey or Florida, wherever he lives. If he were only doing that in his state, it would be a state crime. And it would be approached differently. But when you leave your state and you got colleges in other states, you recommending people to work in different states for your school, that becomes federal. You cross state line. And he's facing this serious crime. Then Mr. Weatherspoon is still on TV. Is still in the Liberian community. Talking about his CEO. CEO or what? All the money you got come from this nation, America. If you don't get money from America, you can't be CEO in Liberia. Why in Liberia would make you CEO? Nothing. So this man is depending on his livelihood in America to promote things in Liberia. But you're being charged with a very, very serious crime in America that involves people's lives and the deaths of people. Then you still coming on TV talking about you CEO. When I saw it that Stanley Weatherspoon was coming back, I said to myself, is this guy stupid or what? You don't know people watching you. You don't know the people you have heard about you being CEO and taking money from here and taking it to Liberia and having radio stations. People know about you. Then you come and on the show after you've been charged, you've been indicted and everything, then you still coming on the show. When I saw this guy, I said to myself, I wanted this guy to think this is Liberia. I wanted this guy, let me put up my topics, sorry, but I didn't put up my topics for today. Let me put up my topics. When the leaders of Liberia do not know and or understand their authorities, functions, or duties over and toward the Liberian people, the peace of our nation and our very lives is doomed. It's doomed. So let me go back to Mr. Witherspoon. If I was handling this man case, he going to jail for 20 years. If you're guilty, you going to jail. No leniency. You facing a serious crime like this in the United States of America, where people may have died or been maimed because of your action. Then you still talking about you CEO on TV in Liberia? Are you crazy? You coming up pretending that you don't have a serious case against you, talking Liberian politics like it's an everyday business. If I were handling your case in America, you go to jail for 20 years. No, go come and put it. I will not have no sympathy on you. I will not even spare your ass. You go to jail for 20 years. What is Liberia or the lives of people in the United States of America? You messing with our health system in this country. Then you go all Liberia talking about you CEO. That's a 20-year show sentence you go into jail. I will not play with you even though I'm a Liberian citizen like you. If I were handling your case, Stanley Weatherspoon, you go to jail for 20 years. No go come. You responsible for this kind of corrupt practice in the United States of America. Then you go on TV pretending there's nothing wrong, like you big CEO in Liberia and your shit don't stink. You go to jail for 20 years. And I will not have no sympathy. No, we can't do that thing. We can't do that. This is not Liberia. When you do those kind of things, you are pointing a finger at the police and security system and telling them, I don't give a damn. I will do what I want to do. Because you're from a foreign country. You come here and commit such a heinous crime. That's a terrible crime. Our health care is not a system we take for granted in this country. Health care is a serious issue in this country. And you come and tamper with the health care system and put people's families and loved ones at risk of death and bodily harm, serious bodily harm, by putting unprofessional people in the market. Then you won't come on TV and you press the Liberian people that your crime not serious. You come on TV and start talking about you CEO. You joking? If I were your judge, you get in 20 years. No go come about it. If you're found guilty, you get in the max. Because this is not Liberia. We don't promote criminals here. We don't promote evil acts in this country. When you are charged with a crime, that's a serious shit. And you better take it to be serious. Because if you play with it, it will come to haunt you. I'm an American citizen. I'm a Liberian citizen, but I don't play that Liberian corrupt bullshit. That's why I left Liberia. I told you. I dropped everything and left my country because of corruption. I couldn't be corrupt. It's not that I couldn't be corrupt. I wanted to be a professional. I wanted to be a man that believed in something and practice it. Not do something and say I believe in it, then do something else that contrary to what I say I believe in. No, because all my life, man, I see my Liberian people just betray everything. We betray the trust in ourselves, in our nation. We betray everything. We lie about everything. Why? Because we think we are a third world country. We can just live any kind of way. Oh, there's an America. We'll do what we want to do. So we'll just do anything we want to do. We can't do that. We can't do that. Because there are always laws and principles that are higher than us. There are laws that are higher than us. Even President Biden, the laws of nature, higher than him. The laws of the spiritual realm, higher than him. All of us have a responsibility and duty to each other. That's why, as great as America is, President Biden cannot just do anything he wants to do. No. He's responsible to people in the community. And you see, we got to love this country, man, because when they talk about freedom, you got to understand what it means by freedom in this country. Just for during the pandemic, man, people were saying, I'm not going to take no shot. I'm not going to the hospital. That's my right. You can't force me. That blew my mind. I must tell you, that blew my mind about the system and country. Because yet people dying by the thousands. And some people saying, that's my constitutional right not to take vaccination. I ain't taking no vaccination. You can't force me to do it. Can you imagine that? In Liberia, we force everybody you compare to do it. Well, you don't have it now. The government say you want to do it. You'll be forcing people. But in this country, you couldn't do it because they got constitutional rights. That blew my mind. That blew my mind because when you see the Constitution being exercised as the way it should be, it blows your mind. Everything not perfect in America. America got plenty of faults. But there are certain things American people stand for, and they will not waver on it. You see, look at our democracy, man. Our democracy is precious to us. And people can't just come and step on American democracy and get away with it. No. When you think you're stepping on American democracy, you see how many people will stand up for democracy. When we call the people out, those people who are sleeping, those people who are under the woodshed chopping, who didn't got time for nothing, when we call them out, they will come. Because this is a nation of laws. This is a nation of people who love freedom, who love justice, who love equality, who love understanding what it is to be governed. Yes, people in America got government, but people don't like government too much. People don't want government intervening in their lives. It becomes a clusterfuck. You know what they call a clusterfuck? I mean, you got a whole lot of shit there together. You can't tell the right from the left or the front from the center. Everything just messed up and combobulated together. That's what we got in Liberia right now. That's what we got in Liberia right now. But that's usually a military term too, when you talk about security term. Because when you come to deal with things, you can't deal with clutter up things. When you deal with clutter up things, it creates more problems. So let me end on this Stanton Weatherspoon business. This is what we're standing with this guy. So you got to understand your priorities. His priority right now is to alleviate himself of all these charges and criminal prosecution he's going to be facing. Instead of that, you want to press the Liberian people. You don't know the FBI watching you. You don't know the judges watching you. You don't know the people that you have hurt of all watching you. Because when you go to court, these are the things they will bring in the court to show that you have no remorse or sympathy for the acts that you committed. You know you're in big trouble that you coming on TV talking politics, got people calling you Mr. CEO from the very money you not steal. This is not Liberia. We don't reward rogues in this country. You can't steal from us, make money, then you take it to Liberia, buy a radio station, and you want to impress the people in Liberia. You're a big shot from stolen money, like Ben and you and all the people in Liberia. No, we don't do that in America. When you steal, we don't reward you. We'll punish you. Because this is the system we live in. This system, we try not to reward rogues. And this system is not perfect. Yes, dollar, I hear you, my man, but all the things the people doing in our country, they are the problem, man. These lawmakers and everybody. But, let me just go on to say that this is America. It's different from Liberia. We don't reward criminals. We don't forgive criminals. The church forgives you. The public forgives you. But the law punishes you. The law makes you account for your behavior. That's why we have laws. Because everybody, human nature, many of us that are Christians and that kind of heart, we forgive. Look at the Liberian society. Everybody not Christian, but we used to peace for peace sake. Oh man, for peace sake, let's stay, forgive. We misuse the terminologies. We may use the ideal of forgiveness. We misuse it. Because you can't just forgive everything. Jesus Christ did not just forgive everything. Jesus punished people. And the most significant punishment that Jesus gave to people that we can point to, that is realistic, is him flocking those people in the temple. He punished them. When he walked in the temple, these people had turned God's house into a money-making station. And Jesus Christ snapped. He snapped. He went crazy. Why you think one man would just run in the marketplace and beat people and people would run, they would not subdue him? Because they thought the man was crazy. Jesus Christ snapped and went crazy. Only a crazy man would do that shit. Start kicking stalls over. All the people in the market, you scared of them, you just take whip and start whipping all of them and start running to the market, beating them. Till people are running away from Jesus. He went crazy. So when you read your biblical texts and things that tell you Jesus beat the people in the thing, don't think that Jesus just did it, that everybody else. Because they were subdued Jesus, they would probably have beaten him to death. But because he was in a crazy mood, he was in a crazy state, people were scared of him. People said, that man crazy, oh, run. Jesus went crazy. How would one man beat everybody in the market and the people run? Use your mind. If Jesus was there going around telling people things, they would subdue him and beat him. But he snapped. And this is what happens. When people genuinely care about things, we snap. When you hear some of us raising hell about our country and all of that, they think it's so debasing, so debaseful, so nyama. It got to make us mad. How can our people indulge in this kind of thing? Don't our people have any better sense? Don't they see better? But we can't say that of Liberian people no more. Because we know for certain now that the illiteracy rate in our country is so high that educated people are threatened. We are threatened because the people don't want educated people no more. They're jealous, they're mean, they're violent. When you're educated, you're a threat. You're telling them to change their ways, and they don't want to change their ways. They want to be Zogos forever. So until our people come to their senses and come out of this craziness, because we're crazy right now, I keep telling you, our country is crazy. All the warlords, all the war criminals in our government, now we got guns coming into our country. People can't account for it. The police catch people and release them without telling us who brought guns in the country. We got people dying. Our loved ones are being killed. Our patriots are being killed, and nobody can account for it. Then we still calling the police director to account for foolishness. People dying, we can't get no report yet. 4 auditors, we got no final police report. The 3 missing boys, we got no final police report. One in Cooper, that Cooper girl, we got no final. We're getting people dying consistently with no final police report. Then we still calling the RG in the Senate to say what? To talk about security. We haven't had security in the country for years. People just realizing that. Huh? Everything coming in our country, we investigated one day, the next day just silent. What happened to the container of guns that came? Who brought it? Was that the government that brought those guns? What happened to the guns? We hear people all over the city with guns. Huh? The Solicitor General saying one thing, the IG saying another thing. So there's no agreement in government. This is the same thing that led to the coup in 1980 when we had people talking one thing and the other people talking another thing. There's a recipe for violence in the society. The 2 officials of our government for security are inconsistent in their messages. One saying there's gun all over the city. The Solicitor General admitted to the Senate that guns all over the city. Who are these people with guns? Then the RG is saying, no, they're not true. Who is supposed to believe now? We know a shipment of guns came in the country and nobody been punished for that. No report has come up from the police saying who brought these guns into the country. The Americans are even silent on it. The Americans were pissed off about it. They came out and talked about the gun. Now we can't hear nothing from the Americans either. Who brought these guns into the country? We listened to the report of Telly. Valley Telly, this man that going is a personal interest. This man is a heinous killer. I mean, I listened to Front Page, I listened to Spoon TV, and one of the people that know this man talking about his heinous crimes he committed up country. Eating people, eating human beings. Can you imagine that? And this is the man that is a police officer today. But what can we say? We got a damn senator who is a flesh eater, Prince Johnson from Nima County. The Nima people say that they're God, that their Savior, He's better than Jesus Christ. They condemn Jesus Christ for Prince Johnson. This heinous killer is our lawmaker. Then we mad when our city mayor and his bodyguards are killers too. We mad about it. The man ruling a whole county, the whole Nima County people say this, that they're God. The man that not kill up our people, they're dog. The man that not eat up Liberian people more than voluntarily. How can our countries exist? We got killers and warlords leading us, and America is giving them money. America is supporting all these people. America knows all about this. But who does it benefit? It benefits America. The more our country fall, the more our government is corrupt, the more they kill our people, the more the warlords lead us and make us afraid. Who taking our resources? America. Millions and billions of dollars they are taking from us. They owe us. America got to build Liberia. If I were a leader of Liberia, America would build Liberia in 5 years. Because I will have my people behind me. That's why I can't come to Liberia. Because I see all the foreigners coming to our country, destabilizing our country, causing our people to kill each other for our resources. And they deceive us and say it's our fault. You know, I said I watched the people kill Talbot in my young age. Then they tell us we're responsible. We sit there and blame each other, talk about one group more powerful than the other. What group more powerful than the other? This is our country. Eh? Anything happening in our country, we suffer together. People come and destabilize or tell us we're different from each other and all of that, and we believe that shit even to today. We still fighting among ourselves over bullshit. 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 You see, but when the people are not ready, you can't force them. I ain't coming to tell you, I'm just telling you, shit not right. I'm looking for my observation. I got nothing against Liberia being exploited. I have nothing against it. But you're going to exploit me? Kiss me on the ass. Give me a little loving kiss on the ass. Don't spank my ass while you're robbing me. You know, America is our friend. They can have anything we got. But don't put these rogues and murderers and grown-up boys over us. We're tired with Eugene Fagon. Every time I hear Eugene Fagon is I think about the most educated grown-up boy in our system. You know, how our country will grow with those kind of people. They're negative. They're negative. They bring negativism to everything they do. You know, we want to raise the consciousness of our people. We don't want to keep our people the same way. You know, we want to change our country. So we need people who understand that to change our country, we must be able to translate our messages to each other. We got to move from this slum shit. You know, where George Weah then go, Eugene Fagon, all of them will go. Usually when Fagon will not do that thing he's doing, yes, he may know the issues to some extent because they're all participating in the issue. He's a part of all of that. So he has first-hand information on everything that's going on. But those are not the kind of people who want our society, man. Those are people that bring violence, and we can never have real discussion of issues or solution of issues. You know, there's always some animosity or opposition underneath there, and we don't need that all the time. We don't. We need people that can sit down with calm and simple minds to resolve our issue. Everything don't have to be bellicose, like you want fuss and fight, like somebody attacking each other. No, we don't have to bring that to the table all the time. Every time Eugene Fagon talk or something, He takes over the conversation. And that's not what we want. That's not what we want. Everybody now our enemies. You know? So we got to understand where we stand on issues and principles. And how we talk to our people, how we guide our people. We need to overhaul our system, man. Every time I hear Eugene Falcon and the Jefferson Koji, all the people thought that birds of a feather that fly together, they bring our country no good. They are people of opposition. They are antagonistic people. Everything with them is a fuss and a fight, and we got to get you against me and me. Listen to Eugene Falcon. Listen to all these people. I can't sit down with these people and talk sense. Me and Eugene Falcon on two different ends. So if we love our country, the people that lead us have to demonstrate leadership, have to demonstrate understanding our issue and the willingness to cooperate and work with other people. We are creating a lot of barriers. You see, because you see Eugene Falcon got a lot of problems. Eugene Falcon was with Benin Ayure. He was a big supporter of Benin Ayure. We know Benin Ayure stole money. We know Benin Ayure corrupt. He was with Benin Ayure. When Benin Ayure refused to give him money, he moved now to another group. He moved to Ellen group, I think. The man just moved around. You know, then he ended up with CDC because they wanted to give him job. You know, he's a political prostitute. And these things create problems in our society. Because these are people have the foundation of deceitfulness in our society. They deceive us. You know, 1 minute Benin Ayure is the greatest man around. He's the big, and all of us know that were fucking lies. How Benin Ayure would be great? He participated with Charles Taylor in ripping our country off. And yet Eugene Falcon telling us the man is great. And that was here our first end. Because when you switch from Benin Ayure, it was all because of money business. You know, then he worked his way with deceitfulness of he became minister. Then they moved him from there for the same deceitfulness business. Now he all over the TV because he can't get satisfied. He can't get what he wants. He missed the know-it-all. He missed the solution to every issue. And he's not. He's not. And we have some serious problems with our peace, man. It's no joke. It's no joke. We'll see what will come of this personal interest meeting with the police station. You know that bullshit. What the police will do. What the police will do. Except they will look at Valley's past crime and recommend that all these people from the past warlord and things don't work with City Hall no more. Don't work in our police. Don't work in our military. Can they recommend that? Do they have the effectiveness and efficiency enough to look at this guy's history and find out that he's a warlord and these people should not be serving in our security forces? Can the police ever say that? This useless IG, can he ever say that? You see, and these are the issues we're confronting, my people. When our leaders don't understand or know their functions, their authorities, their power over the Liberian people, and what they should do to us, the police inspector will say, there is no law in the books that say I got to protect the foreign chief of staff. When our police director say that, or inspector general say that, there is a high degree of evidence that we have no security in Liberia, that IG does not know his duty and responsibilities to Liberian people. My class is done. You know, I just hope we get a clear mind of where we're going with all these things. There's no security in our country. At this election period, when the police director and the police and the Solicitor General are conflicting on whether there's arms or weapons in the country, we got need for concern. My Liberian people, we've been through violence for too long. From since 1980 to today, we're still going through violence. Over 50 years, man. This is too long. We got the same criminals leading us, warlords, war killers. Come on, man. We can't kill our country because of tribe. Because of Congo and country issue will destroy our country and put all the killers in power over our people. And we think it's right. It's not right. Prince Johnson not supposed to be senator. Prince Johnson need to be in jail for killing our people. And the Nema people cannot justify having this killer as their leader. That's why we got the Valley, we got all these people who are saying they're our leader. Because we honor warlords and war killers. These people need to be in jail. The time of the Liberian people is now. We must rise up against all these warlords and war killers and put them in jail. Free our society. Free our society. Free our society. Have a good day, my people. My class is done. The Tony Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson is out.